Oh, yes. I was thinking about the right recipients. Yeah. Quite often, if you're going to do business with the government, yeah, you have to have a bond. And it's not like you have to put up your own money. You buy these things from various insurance agencies, and they can't have any knowledge of your criminality, your fiction of law. Ooch. It becomes more than a liability of the actual bond itself. Ouch. As an insurance agent for 16 years, I had to have errors and omissions insurance, and it was up to $500,000 every instance. Now, let's say I sue you, the oath of office, for not doing what the law requires because you wouldn't do what you had sworn. I sue you for your bond, and then I sue you for your errors and omissions insurance. Now, these bonding agents, known as insurance companies, yes, it's probably a couple $100 a year for a oath of office bond because almost always you never actually get involved in crime because you cover it up. Poochoo! But when I go through the actual employees of all of the bonded oaths of office, give me the bond of every contractor in every school district that's done any renovations or has built any schools. you know, Usually you have to have errors and omissions insurance, and the bond might only be $5,000, but I'll sue you for the $500,000 because of your error and omission in refusing to enforce the law. Pow! So when we look through this fiction of law where you decide to arrest people for crimes they didn't commit, yes, for violating invalid protection orders, I'm going to make sure that your bond that was issued, exactly where is your errors and omissions, pooch. Now this fiction of law, yes, fictitious, pretended, false, imaginary, counterfeit, not genuine, pooch. I'd have to say that it is very fictitious to make up a 2-count criminal complaint against somebody for violating a protection order when I informed law enforcement on November 20th of 2015 that the petitioner didn't sign it. Yes. You can't just say somebody's crazy, okay? That's a fiction of law. Oh, you just make up assumptions about a person without giving them notice or opportunity to be heard. You give custody of their children to the other spouse without making sure that they're at the settlement conference setting hearings. And then you send the mail to the wrong address so as to make sure you issue the dissolution to teach the fucker something. Pouch! Now, I'm going to want the bonds of every oath of office and every school district contractor and then their errors and omissions insurance because I'll sue you for all of it. Now, it might only be $5,000 for a district court judge, pooch, but I'll sue you for every fucking cent of your errors and omissions insurance and any umbrella policies that you have. For refusing to acknowledge the actual non-fiction of the RCWs of the state, the requirements of the VAWA, the Parental Kidnapping Protection Act. See, when you issue the dissolution of marriage without giving me notice of the conference setting hearings, yes, and then you had that non-jury trial where we were both pro se and you had to protect the rights of the litigants. And you made up some bullshit story about how it's some dangerous husband that had committed all. I think you've really made some big errors and omissions. Yes. You pretended that I had no rights when I do. Poach. That all these false police reports when I wasn't in Sequim, Washington, and I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. This imaginary domestic abuser that sits on the street every fucking day telling you what the law says. And then you thought, well, we just counterfeit court orders using forgery and fraud. Pow! It wasn't genuine, the 2-count criminal complaint, because on her 47th birthday she got pissed off and you decided that you, as a crisis responder, do you require any bonding, or does the state of Washington have any errors and omissions insurance or umbrella policies on state government employees? Because I'll see you for every